variability. Things got stabilized, she got on a pump, things got much better, lots and lots of blood sticks, lots of data. Eventually we got to that, we got her standard deviation down to 40. Now with the CGM, we're able to track it and follow it. Her standard deviation's down to 20. And because of that, she's never below 60.
I'm glad you guys have a lot of stuff to say. It's great.
I've had type 1 since I was 4, and I'm 26 now. And my hemoglobin A1C on average is 6.6. And last month, I went to go with 93 and woke up with 350 and went to DKA. And I didn't know what it was. Like, I was vomiting and having all the symptoms, not knowing what it was. And when I went back to my endocrinologist after I was in ICU at Ho Hospital, he couldn't tell me exactly what happened. And, like, I don't know, like, what do you think could have happened?
Are you on a pump? Well, the most obvious reason is for some reason you weren't getting your insulin. Air bubble, pulled out, defective catheter, and that's most likely what happened. You go into DK when you don't get any insulin. Yeah, so something happened overnight, and you weren't getting insulin. So that's probably what it is. Anytime you get an unexpected high blood sugar, take off your pump and give yourself a shot, and then put a new set on.
Doctor, is the high ever a rebound? Does that still happen? You said
Rebound?
Yeah, after 5 years, you said the glucose got
Yeah, but she's suggesting, asking about the rebound hyperglycemia from a low. That's pretty much, they call that, used to call it, well, we still call it the Samoji. It wouldn't cause ketoacidosis for sure. It possibly could occur if you get really low, but you're right, if you've had diabetes a long time, you don't have those that come out. So it's probably less of a problem. It's not a huge issue.
So when somebody wakes up, like who's had diabetes for a while, with a high in the morning and they went to bed kind of at a good number,
That's a possibility.
it could be a low in the night that's not diagnosed.
It could be the waking up at night and sleepwalking, eating 15 Oreos.
Taking your sleep medicine.
But if it wouldn't cause ketoacidosis, it causes her to go into the ICU. Okay, any other questions? We got somebody in the back here. Okay, hold on. I'll come back over there.
Before having an insulin pump, I used to have seizures all the time while I was sleeping because I wouldn't feel my blood sugar going low. And I'm wondering, do any of these people who died in their sleep, do they have seizures? Does that kind of help to prevent you from dying if you have a seizure? Or I don't know.
It helps a lot. Well, do you sleep alone?
Oh, yeah.
That's too bad. There's a pediatric endocrinologist. Everyone knows Bruce Buckingham. He's working on her. He tells the parents of these kids, when you go to college, find someone and sleep with them, And that's the best thing to prevent is serious love. Well, I would say this: if you have a seizure before, it kind of is a warning symptom. And when you have a seizure, are you waking up at all, or are you?
A lot of times I didn't. Sometimes I would wake up, I feel it, I walk to the refrigerator, I pass out with my head in the refrigerator.
Do you have a CGM now?
No, but since having an insulin pump, I haven't had that.
Yeah,
problem. It was,
yeah. You need to get a CGM device, or go on JDRF, one of those two.
I wanted to ask you about this. I've had it since I was 4, and I definitely denied it all along, ever since I was little. I think it was because my mother and parents were like helicopter parents about it. But in regards to children and teenagers who have it, I used to live on the East Coast. I did my internship at the New York City chapter about 10 years ago. But back then, they were kind of reinforcing speaking of things differently, like saying readings were not good or bad, like out of range or in range. Do you work with that at all, or do you ever use that in your practice, or just to promote that?
Yeah, we still talk about that a lot. So, to some degree it's political correctness, but to some degree it's really valuable. I don't like ever calling it blood glucose testing.
Yeah, like
Because
checking.
it would be failure. So we call it monitoring or checking. We have spent so much time and written so much about how there is no such thing as a good or bad number.
Yeah.
this blood sugar number must never determine your self-worth as a human being. We actually have little stickers we pass out that goes under the glass of the meter, and it just says, remember, it's just a number.
Yeah.
And for healthcare professionals, we talk a lot about how we teach them how to talk to them about their patients with this and about A1Cs. We say, you know, if you think a number is too high, you mean an A1C, then you can talk to your patient about you think they're in an unsafe place. Doesn't mean they're a bad person, it just means they're in an unsafe place. And that means we're on the same side. So I'm absolutely with you, absolutely. We think that's really important, especially for the way we talk about it with kids and teenagers.
Okay. And some people even benefit from not calling themselves a diabetic to say, I have diabetes. I've heard that too.
Yeah, I think it's an
It's just a different way of thinking
ongoing,
about it.
and everyone here I'm sure has an opinion about that. This is an ongoing difference of opinion. Some people are horrified, we should only call you a person with diabetes. Other people say, Jesus Christ, don't be ridiculous. That's fine.
Well, I just-
But it's ongoing issue.
Well, there's a guy named Bill King, he's a type 1, he's an athlete. He said, listen, you don't call someone a hemorrhoidic, you say someone a hemorrhoidic. After he said that, I kind of agree with him.
Anyway, I see that some people are getting a little antsy. We're going to continue with questions and answers for about another 10 minutes, if that's okay? Yeah, but if you would please, be sure to fill out this little orange questionnaire so that we can design, more programs for adults.
Where's the donation envelope?
Is this available on the website?
No, it's not, but they can.
I'll be sending a follow-up email after the event with the survey in case you don't have a chance.
You know, it's great to see all these old people who live with type 1 diabetes so long. So that's good.